towns. A man named Daniel woke up when his alarm clock beeped at 6:30 a.m., not because he felt rested, but because that was the time he always woke up. And he lay there for a few minutes, staring at the ceiling fan as it spun slowly, thinking about nothing in particular, before he finally got out of bed, put on the same blue jeans he wore most days, and walked into the kitchen, where he poured himself a bowl of cereal, added milk, and ate it standing up while scrolling through news headlines that blended together into a mix of weather reports, traffic updates, and stories he would forget by lunchtime. After rinsing his bowl and putting it in the dishwasher, he grabbed his keys and drove his gray sedan to work, stopping at a red light near a gas station where nothing unusual happened, then merging onto a road lined with chain restaurants, office buildings, and a large parking lot that was already half full even though it was still early. And when he arrived at his workplace, a low building with beige walls and fluorescent lighting, he parked in the same spot he always did and walked inside, nodding politely at coworkers whose names he knew but whose lives he didn't think much about, before sitting down at his desk and turning on his computer to answer emails that mostly involved scheduling, small corrections, and reminders about meetings that could have been emails instead. The morning passed slowly as Daniel typed reports, adjusted spreadsheets, and drank coffee that tasted vaguely burnt, occasionally glancing at the clock and feeling time stretch in a way that made each minute seem longer than the last. Until finally it was noon, and he went to lunch with two coworkers to a sandwich place across the street where they ordered familiar meals, talked about weekend plans that involved errands and chores, and waited for their number to be called before carrying their trays back to the office, where the afternoon felt even longer than the morning as Daniel sat through a meeting about future goals that sounded important but resulted in no clear decisions, followed by more emails, more typing, and more waiting until at last it was 5 o'clock and he shut down his computer, said goodbye to the same coworkers, and drove home in slow traffic while listening to a radio station that played songs he recognized but didn't love or hate. When he got home, Daniel checked the mail, which included a bill and advertisement and nothing else of interest, then went inside and made a simple dinner of pasta and sauce, eating it while standing at the counter and watching a local news segment about road construction, after which he washed the dishes, sat on the couch, and scrolled on his phone again, thinking vaguely about starting a new hobby but not doing anything about it, until it was late enough that he felt tired in a familiar way. So he brushed his teeth, changed into pajamas, and went to bed, setting his alarm for 6:30 a.m. again, knowing that tomorrow would be very similar to today, not especially bad or good, just another ordinary day in the United States where nothing dramatic happened and nothing really changed.